Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, last one of the night. And as you know, I like to finish on something a bit lighter, something less dismal. We see the wee small hours. And of course, by the time you're watching this, it very nearly is the 31st of October, if you're watching it as it was released. And therefore, this becomes apposite and appropriate. It's a little bit early, some may think, but I'm in the mood. We've got a clown thing up with it on the door at the front. I'm married to a child, She's not a child, of course, but only in her mind. She loves it. So do I, actually. I love scaring the bejabbers out of the children when they come to the door going, trick or treat. I've got a big rubber mask and at the door going, what are you at? And then with this rubber mask on. Then you watch them, particularly the small ones, jump. Oh, how it pleases me. There is evil in my heart. However, we're going to have a look at this. There's a guy called James Driscoll. And he was... he set up he set up his own party. It's called the Majority. It had one member, him. But the irony of calling it the Majority was not lost, I think. And he basically abandoned it and jumped ship to your party, or whatever they're calling it this week. But he's now left, and apparently, and by all accounts, it's not a friendly farewell and do well kind of going. It's there's a lot of effing and being and shouting and name calling and all sorts of things. Very acrimonious, one could say. Maybe he'll go back to the Majority party that he founded just, 4 months ago? Something like that. Dearie me. He put a statement out and he said that he's no longer going to be their data controller. For your party. Moo Operations, which is the company, MOU Operations, have basically said, no, we're not interested. Thank you very much. We're not going to continue. Driscoll was one of the directors of MOU Operations, along with Andrew Feinstein and Beth Winter. And basically, he's gone rogue. MOU Operations have gone rogue. This is according to Corbyn. He told The Guardian, not that anyone believes a word bloody hell in The Guardian, because it's virtually unreadable sort of leftist rag, isn't it? But he said that they, MOU Operations, were holding party funds to ransom. And this was despite the direct pleas from Jeremy Corbyn and Zara Sultana, the nut and the fruit. Your party said it was going to begin legal operations to get this money back. And then the statement released said that your party demanded control of MOU's assets without accepting control of MOU last night. So they want the assets, but they don't want to control the company. Very odd. Sounds to me to be a bit vague and a bit steely money-y. But anyway, it kind of leaves the company left with the liabilities, but without the cash to pay for them, and the party left with the cash without the accountability. It will confuse people. It certainly confuses the hell out of party members. Apparently, the line coming from your party is that they're being very patient with these guys. They're trying to resolve it behind the scenes, but nobody wants to resolve it. And it's kind of, how can we put this? Embezzly, maybe. These are the people, of course, that take all the details, get the names, addresses, membership numbers, the cash, and are supposed to raise the funds for the party. And they're supposed to hand them over, but they've kind of done the first part without so much doing the second part. Anyway, the result is that they've gone, and that now Zara Sultana is going to take on this role of looking after the money. This is the same Zara Sultana who set up her own version of Let's Get the Money Out of the Public that's backfired so spectacularly. Again, and it didn't half stink of being a little bit embezzly then. Strange. But they have resigned as the directors, these people, and they're all very, very unhappy. They're saying it's all confusing. Nobody wants to take responsibility, blah, 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 blah. And they're basically saying, right then, you can do it yourself, shove it up your collective left-wing bottoms. So you've now got your party, which has got no control over its membership, doesn't know who the members are, because MOU aren't giving them the data. And MOU say they will hand over the cash once all expenses have been cleared. You see, one of the big problems we've got is GDPR. You can't just hand over the data and the names because they're held by MOU Limited. They can't just be handed over to a party because you're not allowed to do that in law. It's a bugger, isn't it? So there's your party. We've got all these members. Yay! Who are they? We don't know. Why? Because that company owns the list. Why don't they give it to you? They're not allowed to. Honestly, if that's as good as these people are, it's no wonder that they're doing so shit, isn't it? They don't even know the law. There we go. It's just fantastic. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that's lightened your evening. A party in disarray. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what the law is. Even Jeremy Corbyn doesn't know how many members he's got in his own party because he doesn't own the membership. They handed it over to a private company which they fell out with and that the directors have all sodded off. You couldn't make it up. The left, eh? It's always the left. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Don't get too scared on sound. Bye.